There we go. Explaining the differences between a Mark 1 chopper and a Mark 2 chopper. Should look something like that. And don't forget the Mark 3. So a Mark 3 made around about 2004. That's what it should look like. The Mark II, made in 1974 August, and the Mark I, hub date of 1971 in May. Now, a lot of people ask me, how do you tell the difference, Russ? How do you tell the difference between a Mark I and a Mark II? Well, apart from studying the pictures now, and the fact that a lot of parts can be swapped from one to the other, or that can be swapped to that. A lot of the parts are interchangeable, but there's one surefire way of knowing which is a Mark 1. And if you look at this down here, you will see 1. If you see that number 1, backwards 1, so that is a Mark 1 rear hub. Now on the 2, you've got number 2. See? So that's a surefire way of knowing. Even if parts have been swapped over, normally if you see that, that's a Mark 2. And that's an obvious difference between a Mark 1 and a Mark 2 chopper. Now, I'll hand you over to my assistant Luke. Now, for some of you now, if you've only tuned in just to find out the difference between a 1 and 2, go away now, because that's it. That's all there is to it. The difference between a Mark 1 and a Mark 2. But for some of you who might want to stay tuned, might want to know why did they change that bike into that one in such a short space of time. Well, I'll explain. This bike here, because of what I said earlier, the fulcrum point is there, which makes the bike very, very unstable and easy to tip over. That, very easy to tip over. So, they put the kink in it. They put the kink in the Mark II to make it more difficult to pull over. Now, they also shorten the length of that seat down, because what was happening, two children could get on that saddle, and because of this, the whole lot could tip over, and the kid on the back unfortunately would bang his head on the floor. Very dangerous. Something else they've done, they've narrowed that on the Mark II, because what would normally happen, the bike would tip up, you'd bang your head, and this would swing round and catch you in the ribs for good measure. So the Mark II was modified for safety reasons. They also altered this on the Mark II because, as a young paper boy that I used to be, you can imagine what could happen to that. So there we go. So that's why they basically, that's the very basic way they've changed. But it should help you if you're out in the marketplace for a Raleigh Chopper. Help you realise which bike is which, because a lot of people ask me this. Now, if Luke wants to come in on the shot, Luke's going to go on to the Mark III. Now, the Mark III, as Luke is demonstrating, my grandson Luke, was a horror really of health and safety gone mad. They've done away with the gear stick, they split the seat. Now this was put on the back of the Mark II as well, looks like a parcel shelf, and indeed it is, but it's to break the fall. If Luke was to fall over backwards, it's to prevent that. Obviously it's got the kink in the back, but it's aluminium body, it's a lot lighter. Made around about 2004, like I say. And that's, as you can see, the Generation's quite a dangerous bike. The Mark II with the shorter seat and the kink and the parcel shelf and the narrower handlebars. Then you go on to this, which is a lot lighter. It's got all the safety features on it, but it's health and safety. That's the effect he has, I suppose. Safer world and all that, and there you go. So I hope that helps anybody watching, so they know the differences between a Mark II and a Mark I. There you go. Thank you very much for watching. Hello world. Say bye, Luke.
Bye.